Tamar's joined me. We've got Jackie Glass here and Tamara Robbins Griffith. Joining the party. Woo! Keep those whistles coming. Basements. I mean, the renos we've seen so far on the show, and just from you, Karen, have been amazing. It's incredible what you can do with a basement space. It doesn't have to be that throwaway. It can be as gorgeous as anywhere else in your house. So we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Jackie, we've got a couple of pictures from your clients of basement spaces, and when you look at them, it doesn't look like a basement.
Nor should it. And you know, the thing that you should be thinking about now, in that space, there's an electric fireplace and there's also built-ins. And they mimic a lot of the cabinetry that's used on the upper level. So it creates a nice synergy and flow from the upper to the lower level, which I think is really lovely. The other image that I want to show you is a bar. We do a lot of bars in basements, and these are serious bars. And this is actually like a wide
Yes, it's a serious bar.
A serious bar.
Right.
Step up to the bar, Missy.
That's right.
But it's important that we do that. Generous islands. That's a tasting table, and it's just a really beautiful way.
They muddle them in.
You got it. It's sophisticated, and we're doing a lot more of that. That's a particularly modern one. And then the last image that I wanted to show you is a bedroom. And I think that bedrooms in a basement, a guest room, these are great. Make them pretty. Spend the money on beautiful, luxurious bed linens. With the windows, if you have a small little basement window, fake it with a shutter. Make the shutter longer than what it is, and then just keep the lower part that's actually in front of a wall. Keep that closed. Keep the window part open, and it really makes it look like you've got a big, generous window. It's a really easy little tip that I use all the time. Yeah. But again, just keep that basement nice, light, and bright.
Good point, though. Even with the linens, don't put your throwaways down there. Put your best stuff, because that's the place you really want to elevate.
Otherwise, you won't go there.
Well,
or you don't go.
Sleep in your guest bedrooms, by the way. So go sleep in every one of your guest bedrooms.
We do that.
Oh my gosh. You know, I really need a place to put a glass of water, or I really need a place to plug in my phone to charge it.
Or that mattress really sucks.
Yes. Or it's cold in here, or it's hot in here.
Or it's too bright. I need some blackout blinds.
Yes.
True. Very good point.
That's what we do when we get in fights. Just joking. Just sleep in the guest room. Okay, Tamara, this is a basement, and what a gorgeous space. The story here is it's about small spaces.
Yes, so not every basement is like, oh, I have all this space, I don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Sometimes it's like, I only have, 600 square feet, but I want to maximize my small family home. So then you can get into like a floor plan that's basically like playing Tetris, but that's where pocket doors can come in to play in a big way. That basement bathroom has a very similar feel to your bedroom. It's light and bright and airy, again, so it doesn't feel like a basement. And we've also done, I tend not to like angled walls, but sometimes it's like you want to eke out every bit of space. So I'm always thinking about the sight lines when you're looking through doorways into a room. And in that case, for that that bathroom, it made sense we could gain a little bit of space angling that wall where the towel bar is and putting a pretty piece of art there. And it's not like, it works. It works for the flow into that room.
Absolutely. So since we were talking about basements, we thought we have an audience question about a basement. It makes perfect sense to have her ask it now. So we've got Kim here, and Kim, we're going to get our whole panel to help you out here. What would you like to ask them?
Yes, thanks for taking my question. My children have flown the coop, and we're wondering how to use our space in our basement. It's fairly generous.
Oh, that's nice. So you've got a big basement, Kim, and now they're all gone.
So who owns all the musical instruments then? So there's lots of musical instruments. So we can have a family band when they come back on Christmas and holidays.
The Von Trapp family.
So we have to find a place for the musical instruments.
Yeah.
And Kim owns these 4 wingback chairs and was asking about a theater setup. But to do a true theater setup can be expensive, and why not use what you already have? Because eventually Kim's going to be moving probably to a smaller place, and it's nice to be able to take a few things with you. So anything we invest in, we can take with us. So I came up with a floor plan. So this niche right here was where all the instruments were, and I thought instead, why don't we do a piece of furniture here with a TV on top? You can mount it on the wall, or you can put just the TV on the stand. And then I took our 4 wingback chairs, and because they're so high, we can't just line them up 2 in front of each other because you wouldn't be able to see past them. So instead, I thought, why don't we build a little platform with a little half wall, and then you get up like a theater, so you can see past. We can still use those 4 wingback chairs, and then at that point, it's going to become very important how high that TV is, right? So we may need to mount it on the wall, so we have our great sight lines. But then I would do a beautiful carpeting with nice thick underpad, because we still have to play those musical instruments down there, so we want to absorb that sound. So we'll do that everywhere, including on this. And you know what you can do? Imagine what you could do if you take those 4 wing-back chairs and move them out of the way. What could that platform be used for?
Dancing.
Dancing or a stage for the musical instruments. So we can put all our musical instruments, and now everybody can perform on a stage.
Oh my gosh, you're speaking my language right now.
And right in the middle of the space, because over here we have a little table and some tiles. So what is that? Yes, that's our dance floor. So just move that table out of the way. And Kim wanted a little wet bar. So I thought, why not do a little dresser? You can put a stone top on it, add a little sink, and the reason I put it over here is the washroom is over here.
Okay.
So that way it's a pretty simple plumbing situation. If you want, you can even take that wet bar with you. You can chalkboard paint, you can do some floating shells,
I like
have yourself a little wet bar.
You have some pictures here as well, and I think this was sort of inspiration for Kim to think about her space.
Yes.
So let's take a look at this picture, and you can see like all the instruments there on display, but behind the seating area.
Exactly, and you can add some texture to the walls. You can make it a real focal point, have some fun with it. You can even mount the instruments on the wall so that they're there and out of the way, and they're pretty, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've got another picture here. Talk to me a little bit about what this one's about.
So these are actually fabric panels by Acoustic by Design, and so because again we're going to play some music down there, so obviously we have our safe and sound in the ceiling, obviously, and then we have our acoustical panels on the walls. That's going to help absorb the music.
Yes.
So that if somebody's maybe not partaking in the family band that weekend and they're upstairs in bed, they're sleeping soundly.
Now, Jackie, you just wanted to give her a word on themed spaces.
Absolutely. Yes, because I did love the layout that you did, Karen. And the thing is, it's true. They're going to jam down there, and so and that's what they have actually said, and I think that's really cool. So. Doing themes is like, doing a Disney room for a kid, they go all out. In a room where you're theming, sort of have that music theme, they've already started to do collections on the wall. For example, doing the album collection, so those are great. But I also saw some accessory items that might be fun, because with those 4 wing chairs, originally, I love where you put them, but if there was a bit more space, I would do something fun like this. And this is from courtesy of wayfair.ca, where it's a beautiful, like a drum style table. But you could also be creative, take a drum, and you can make a table, put a sheet of glass over it. So have a little bit of fun. Don't go overboard. But because it's really, think Disney, step back, don't do too much.
Right.
But I also happen to see some beautiful drum clocks. So things like that that just sort of gently suggest in a very tasteful, fun kind of way the fact that it's being used for a place for people to have fun. And the other last point is you may want to consider more than one table, like a little bistro table, because remember, if people are coming down into that space to sit and listen to music, they might want to have a glass of wine. You may want kind of like a bar, like you've done, but a couple more little bistro tables.
Kim, we basically turned your space into a jazz lounge. I hope you're okay with that.
And we need an address.
So no Elvis statue. Don't go too far. Okay. Let's go to break. We got more.